Well, I love the world of magic and sorcerers, and to be able to do a contemporary project that way, to me, is really exciting. Nick Cage is developing this project with Todd Garner, and we were fortunate enough to be asked to work with him.
I wanted to explore a more magical realm where I could play a character who had these mystical abilities. And Todd said, well, I've got the perfect movie. Let's do Sorcerer's Apprentice.
I'd like to learn some more.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice. When I first heard those three words, I was thrilled. I thought, wow, that sequence in Fantasia with Mickey Mouse and the brooms and the wizard, making that into a live-action movie, brilliant.
We immediately looked at it and thought, let's figure out a way to make magic feel real. Bring it into a context that people can relate to, and do that in a story set in New York City.
It's impossible not to be inspired by New York City as a magical backdrop. It would be the first place I would imagine if there were such a thing as a Sorcerer War going down.
The fact that we got to make a whole movie here is pretty spectacular. And we're actually driving through Times Square on 6th Avenue. We're actually doing all that stuff.
I got to drive a Ferrari through Times Square. I don't know that I'll ever get to do that ever in my life again. So I'm done. I think I'm going to retire. That's the best thing I've ever done in my life. I can't get better, so I quit.
All right, here we go, guys. And we're rolling.
You know, we've been shooting on the beautiful New York streets. We shot in Washington Square Park. We have a lot of scenes on tops of buildings, and you have the whole city skyline. It looks so beautiful.
There's so much history in the city that you can kind of make the city a character in the movie. That's what we really strove to do, to see how areas of the city can kind of fit into the story.
We have this wonderful scene through the streets of New York in Chinatown.
Big night in Chinatown, baby.
They've not had a major motion picture of this size here for a while. I mean, it took 5 months worth of planning. But between the lanterns, the signs, the confetti, and the people, the one thing you'll know is you're in Chinatown.
Look at that. How's that for production value, hey? It's just like a testament to how authentic the visuals in this movie are. It's absolutely amazing.
2,500 pounds worth of pieces of confetti are on the ground right now. So over a ton.
The reason you got to shoot in Chinatown is because during a festival with 1,000 people, you need 1,000 Chinese people.
So I'm just populating the sidewalk for our dragon parade.
We have about 10 interpreters with us on the street. I would say probably about 10% of the people can speak English out here. So it's a matter of working with the interpreters as much as you can and just doing things over and over, rehearsing.
I'll repeat it in both Cantonese and Mandarin and English, okay?
I'm learning Cantonese as we speak. Tong Sen Li Gua means going again.
We quickly had to have all of our assistant directors and location people learn a lot of Chinese phrases, such as, everyone please stop talking and stand over here, or run away from the scary dragon.
Okay, good. Mark!
Conceptually, it's a little hard because we don't have a dragon, obviously, so we're building all of this action around something that's not there.
The whole sequence with the dragon, there was so much going on. The barbershop, a lot of the walls blow out, so that's on stage.
On action, JV will set the implosion like a domino effect. It'll start with the outside glass, and everything will get pulled in to the first half of the barbershop. Okay, here we go. Effects go hot. 3, 2, 1, action!
They run through a hallway where the walls blow out. That's on stage.
The breakaway wall was one of the biggest, thickest breakaway walls we've ever done. And then we had wall rippers to give the illusion of the dragon ripping through the hallway.
We built the facade of the building because the dragon comes crashing out.
All right, cut it. That's a cut. Good stuff, Hawker. Good job, guys.
It was really a puzzle and what we can do practically on location, what we have to build. That's the exciting part, is figuring it out.
They've created the greatest sets on Earth for us, you know? Size and grandeur and detail of all these things. We've had a bunch of gorgeous sets.
Dave's lab, which he uses for his physics experiments, Naomi based that on 40s or 50s subway turnaround. So this huge, really beautiful room.
New York really does have subterranean spaces, some of which are off limits, but for example, under City Hall, there's an incredibly beautiful subway station that's out of use, and that was partly the design for Dave's.
There's a lot of stuff that's kind of almost unseen New York. So we wanted the sense that there was this whole other reality to New York that as an everyday person going to your job, you just don't notice it, but it's all around you. And our sort of hook into that was the Chrysler Building.
We're here on the 61st floor of the Chrysler Building. One of the things we're doing here tonight is just filming background plates that we can put behind the actors to make it seem as though they're not on stage, they're actually 61 floors up with New York City behind them.
We decided to build the observation deck of the Chrysler Building. It was a challenge because our set is an exact replica of it, every piece of it. So we really take the time and creatively, we want it to be what we say it is.
We're gonna put send a little touch of reality.
Do tell me this is all a joke.
Sorry, are you lost? Taking Toby around to see all the images of himself and his set as Drake Stone, that was very rewarding because it was pretty funny for him, I think, to see himself exalted in that ridiculously narcissistic way.
That is terrible. That is Leonardo DiCaprio. It's not at all. That's supposed to be Drake Stone. It is Drake Stone, of course. That's Drake Stone. When I walked into my penthouse, I was appalled, as you should be. But it's affected me. I think I'm gonna go home and plaster my own walls with myself. Does that sound weird? I think I'm gonna do it, though. It's nice to have yourself around. Yeah, I look pretty good. No, it's repulsive. It's truly repulsive. And I'm not gonna do it at all.
Vanity.
There was also one really weird mural of him petting a panther and holding a scepter or something while a blonde girl tickles his chin, and that was just, there's a myriad reasons why that painting made me horribly uncomfortable.
That's horrifying. Indeed.
Well, this is the Arcana Cabana. This is the set. This is it. This is the big, filled with amazing things set. It's the kind of place that you want to look at and you want to look away from all at the same time. Around every corner, there's something a little bit more surprising.
We have shrunken heads. I think there's a lot of strange things in here.
One of the main reasons we had to build that extraordinary store, the Arcana Cabana, is not just because we were going to smash the crap out of it, which we were, and people are going to be flying around, and things are going to be set on fire. But we also had to fill it with things we were going to smash and buy and own.
Guys, watch your back coming out.
So you can't go to some store and say, do you mind if we ruin all of your antiques? Not so good.
We had the action sequences kind of choreographed, and then we made arrangements for breakaway pieces out of balsa wood, that kind of thing.
We have breakaway glass, and it's just real thin wood, so it's just gonna all come apart in splinters.
Let's get some dust on there and let's shoot.
All right, Kurt, it's all yours.
Okay, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Holy Jesus.
Not to miss a moment, we got a new deal.
We are in total destruction mode. We have a lot of magic occurring here, and in the course of things, we have people flying around and hitting walls and doing actual hand-to-hand combat.
Change my position.
I always have this notion that when you walk onto a movie set, there'll be a couple of nice, easy days. You'll get to sit around, have a couple of cups of coffee, and do some nice, simple little scene. But you walk on the set, they say, great, okay, first shot is you're going to fall off a skyscraper. You know, and you sort of go, what? I went straight into rehearsals for the fight sequence.
Action.
It was great to sort of start really, all systems go.
Horvath gets pulled up into the skylight. We did it with Alfred Molina. He actually got pulled up into it.
3, 2, 1, go.
You all right?
Because the set is so cluttered, I had a lot of concerns about actually being able to fit that action in here, but it worked out great.
They built that great set that feels awesome and ominous and scary, but is practical where you can fit it inside a soundstage. And the stunt guys can rig wires so people fly to the ceiling, all of that stuff. That's their art. That's what they bring to the movie.
I've never seen sets so huge and epic. And
it's not hard to pretend you're in the movie on these sets. They're just absolutely beautiful. People see our movie and get taken away into a New York that they recognize, but also a New York that they've never seen before.
This picture has raised the level for, I think, everybody involved because it's contemporary, it's got magic to it, it's totally unique.